go. Alright, I'm in the process of trying to put the freshwater tank back in the camper. The goal is to put it back right. If I can get this thing to do what it needs to, right there. Originally went on those 3 pieces of plywood that are there. What I cannot find right now is the bracket that went on the end of the tank. So the tank so that goes mostly in the corner there, and then that goes there-ish, and that goes right about there. And what I'm having trouble remembering is if the bracket went, it wouldn't make sense to me that the bracket went down here on the actual plywood floor. So I'm thinking it was screwed to here, because I added that piece of styrofoam in there. So I gotta come out, I think, so the tank is up against that piece of styrofoam right about there. And then I was trying to find the piece of plywood that I would have taken the screws out of, and I found one screw hole. Which piece was that? Oh no. So it looks like one was right there. And so that, in my mind, would go on this side. Where was that? Right there. So that would go like that. Is there another one there? Can't seem to find one. It's the only one that goes through the board, other than the nail holes. And any other piece doesn't appear to have any screw holes taken out of it, or in it. So, I am unsure where the other side was screwed to. Maybe it only had one screw in it. I honestly don't remember. None of these other pieces have screw holes in them, so I'm going to assume that that is the end one. This will be this middle one, and this will be the end one. Something like that. Now, I still have to find the piece of bracket, because I don't want to put the tank in there and not have something to brace it up against, because however big that water tank is, that's a lot of weight. So, I want to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. So I need to find that piece. Alright, well, instead of trying to find that other piece, I think I'm just going to take the one out of the electro cabinet and run with that. Worst case scenario, I buy another one for batteries, unless it's behind here, or I have not checked yet. Nope. It is not. Alright, what do I need to take that out? I think it's just 1/4 inch. Should be this guy. Don't think you're gonna be able to see that. How about right there? That's probably good enough. Alright. So, in short, when the tank goes in, this is the side on the batteries, and this is the side near the sink. So this bracket should go okay. That's not gonna work. How did this go? Maybe it was a smaller bracket than I remember. Where the hell would it be though? It had to have been a smaller bracket to fit on each side. But where would I have put it? That is the most frustrating part. Okay, well we got... I think I'd be better off to use that for the batteries. Essentially, it's going to go somewhere right there eventually, just so that that can't slide that way. I'm gonna put it in the fridge. Would I have? No. Oh, that's stupidly frustrating. Well, let's measure the tank. Which is 5 inches without fitting. Shoe. We have to leave room for the drain hose. So where does that leave us? So the end of the... okay, so that makes sense. So the plywood goes to 3 feet, and the tank is 35 inches. So that leaves us room to attach a bracket. But I have to leave enough space over there to be able to get the drain plug underneath there. I could just notch that out too. Drain plug essentially has to fit in this gap under here. So still gotta pound these down. They have nails in them right now from when I took them out, but going to pound these in quick and see where we are. This cupboard door shutting, not shutting, is driving me crazy. There we go. Alright. There's my hammer. call it. Be able to see that because I'm going to be sitting right there. Now this is a tight fit when I took it out, so I expect it to be just as tight. Put it back in. Alright, so we are hitting on the styrofoam with that fitting. So I'm going to do my best to cut a chunk of that out. I feel like I might as well put that hose and fitting on. And the fittings for that are on my temporary wash hose. Or one of them is anyway. Go. So essentially, we have basically fitting right on the plywood, which is not a bad thing, but I was hoping to get a little further. Okay. I had to put that bracket on anyhow, so. I had to put a bracket on. Where did I put that bracket? Right there. So if we were to put that on, where would we? Put it on right there. Okay. I hate to create a bracket. But I do need something to hold the tank. So let's go cut the bracket. Essentially in the middle-ish. Okay. I don't know what I would have done with those other brackets, so I guess we will leave that be. Alright, one for the one side and one for the other side. So we want, I guess it doesn't really matter which goes on which side. Should probably clean those corners and edges up too. Alright, I have said screws, or said drill. I've not found screws yet. we have about 1/8 of an inch of stuff sticking out. Not even. So
Okay. So can't move further than that, which is okay. And you're still, well, not a ton of bracket catching. Can't get that. It'll stop it from going anywhere, I think, which is That was after in the first place. Now, excuse me. Can't really see that. Kind of see that. Okay, that's not gonna work so hot anymore. The things you don't think about. Before this, the bottom of this hose was essentially resting on the original white floor, that rub mark there, and I've gone 1.25 inches above that, so I gotta find a way to get this is obviously cracked and broken, so I gotta cut it off right there and find a way to get this connected to another piece and put onto the fitting right there. So regardless, that has to be cut off. I think I don't think there's any other way to do that. I'm wondering if I could come down. It's a lot of screwing around. That one will work okay. It's just the main fill that is not going to function as it normally would. How do I fix you? This is brutal. I order to change that out, I have to take the batteries out. So let's try to avoid that if possible. I can't pull that any further. And I can't stretch that anymore. I mean, in the case I don't have to worry about it anymore, I should just replace the hose, but I don't know that I have any more. Ugh. Alright, I think I found a section of hose that is about the same size. Either way, the hose has to be replaced, so I am going to take the batteries out and take that hose out, see if this one fits, and then figure out how to get the new hose onto, I don't know if you can see that, fitting is right there. So I will probably set this up as a time lapse. Can't really see in there anyway, but I guess we will do that. Okay. Oh yeah, and then I can't charge. Okay, that makes things interesting.